the relationship between humans and technology, humans and machines, society and technology is going to be more towards harnessing AI to help us. Have said this consistently for quite a few years now, and I'm glad to see other people following suit. I believe that AI will create more jobs than ever before, more fulfilling jobs than ever before, and more happier employees, happier customers, and happier users if we give it a chance.
I like the future you're describing, Prashant. Absolutely, because what I learned is that great AI doesn't work in a vacuum. Okay, it's very much require human decision makers. It require human developers. It require all the expertise we human acquire. During our careers, our work life. So where do you think the bright future for those who enter in technology or near technology field right now? Because what you're describing, yes, opportunities are endless. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the key thing is I'm really a huge fan of some of the efforts that various organizations are doing, including H2O AI, in terms of our AI for good efforts, our AI competitions for wildfire, for example. There are others doing this. There are organizations focusing on teaching Python and coding and AI ML to girls. I have been a part of certain efforts focusing on underprivileged girl children, for example. I think in general, also, I think there's another natural thing, Irene, which we don't give enough credit to, which
Mhm.
is my kids who are just entering their double digits and still in their mid single digits now, will be growing up in a world where they are going to be on the other side of chatbots and assistants and agents and insights much more than I was. Not because I didn't want to, because today datafication is full and complete. I think that's going to create new opportunities for way that are yet to be foreseen. I think the key thing for us to do as a society is to make sure that we create not just knowledge of Python, not just knowledge of algorithms, not just knowledge of cloud services, but as importantly, we also focus on digital citizenship and digital trust for our young people, because it's not just what can you do with the technology, but what can you do with the technology in a way that is responsible, in a way that is ethical, in a way that is humane, dare I say it, and in a way that creates a better world for their kids, frankly.
So very true. So very true. So while we're talking about exciting future, that yes, we're gonna be more human than before. Yes, we're gonna automate some mundane tasks, right? That's good. That's huge. But what about really seeing some of the challenges out there? Because we've seen AI winter before. Right, we've seen some disappointments. We've seen some investments that were made the previous years that did not realize. So, as an enterprise, again, leaders, how do you think they should think about investing in those initiatives, funding those teams, right, acquiring technology, but at the same time making sense, what you mentioned, customer experience, their bottom line. Mhm.
Yeah, again, I think you're. I would like to compare and contrast again as a student of history and especially as a student of technology history. If you go back to the winters of I guess, spring and then quick winter of 50s and 60s, and then the winters of the 70s and the 80s, and I think people are still arguing about whether this one is a winter or not. I don't think it's a winter. I wouldn't say it's summer yet. I think when more people listen to your podcast and read my book, they'll be able to go to summer. But until then, it's still spring. Is there a chance that there could be a freeze that comes and pushes us all back into a winter? Yeah, there is. I don't think it will necessarily be for the reasons we think about, though. I think there are a lot of questions being asked about economic choices and sustainability of the choices of machine learning and deep learning, especially the severe energy impact and climate impact and carbon impact of these efforts. And so I think the black swan events that are going to cause us challenges may be again ones that are driven by the digital divide, Irene, than something that's going to be either self-driving algorithms or not. Um, I think essentially the biggest value is going to be to use AI in ways that improves the human experience. As long as we take people away from this idea that AI is here to automate you, it's here to replace you, it's here to kill jobs. It's not. It's yeah, is it going to be doing some of that? Of course, it is going to be like any other technological change. But on the other hand, if you educate people, leaders and doers and makers about where they can leverage things, then I think we are going to be setting us for much more success down the line.